Ford loves to tell you that the 2026 Ford Explorer ST only has 400 horsepower, but I'm going to tell you 5 secrets that Ford Motor Company isn't telling you about the 2026 Ford Explorer ST, and these secrets are going to absolutely blow your mind. How do you make a 3-row family-sized SUV feel like a real performance car? Well, you start with a twin turbocharged 3-liter V6 that pushes out 400 horsepower and 415 pound-feet of torque. That's enough horsepower to get this 2026 Ford Explorer ST from 0 to 60 in the low 5-second range, which is absolutely insane considering the vehicle size. But all these stats are really just brochure stuff. Let's dive into the real magic that makes this vehicle stand out. We're talking about smart engineering and untapped capabilities that the marketing department doesn't want you to know. Let's kick things off with the all-wheel drive system. The brochure just says intelligent all-wheel drive system, but not many people know what that actually means. Most people just think it's the normal all-wheel drive system, where the vehicle sends power based on where the vehicle's feeling a little bit more slippery, and it adjusts accordingly. Well, that's incredibly wrong for this Explorer ST. They built this vehicle on a rear-wheel drive system, and that absolutely changes everything when it comes to power. The ST will naturally actually send the majority of the power to the rear-wheel drive, and it gives you that sporty push when you accelerate that most people love out of the Explorer STs. It feels more agile and balanced because the front wheels can focus on steering, while the rear wheels can do the work. But the moment it feels a little bit of slippery or some tight cornering, it will immediately shoot power to where the vehicle needs it to optimize the performance. It's actually a predictive system, not a reactive system, so it can tell where it needs to send performance before it's actually happening. It's actually very, very incredible, and most people have no idea about this. So to recap, it's a rear-wheel drive car when it needs it, and it's also an all-wheel drive car when it needs it. That's the power of the intelligent all-wheel drive system. So why isn't Ford shouting this from the rooftops? Well, here's why. If we said rear-wheel drive biased architecture, that's an absolute mouthful and nobody would know what that means. But remember this, when you're looking at the Explorer ST, it has a sporty sedan feel to when it's driving because it's built like a sporty sedan, but it has an SUV's body. So the entire design of the Explorer STs is why they're so highly sought after. Moving on to our second secret. This one deals with the engine cooling and the longevity of the twin turbo V6 and the PCV, or positive crankcase ventilation system. In any engine, especially a high pressure direct inject turbo motor like this one, you get a nasty mix of oil vapor and unburnt fuel that slips past the piston rings. Ford's engineers knew that if that oily gunk got recirculated into the engine, that it would cause some serious problems. It would coat the intercooler, clog up the intake valves, and effectively lower your fuel's octane, which can cause engine lock. So tucked away under the hood is a surprisingly beefy PCV system designed to trap these vapors before they can do any harm. This isn't a feature that adds specs on a spec sheet, but it is incredibly important. And it doesn't even add horsepower, but it does help advertising the engine's durability and reliability long term. It's a bit of future-proofing the engine's longevity. For anyone who plans on owning their ST long-term or modifying it, this robust factory system is a hidden gem that saves you from immediately needing an aftermarket oil catch, one of the first mods many other turbo car owners have to make. Now let's talk about the heart of the beast, the engine. When you hear a V6, you probably think of an all-aluminum construction to save weight. And even though the engine cylinders are aluminum, the real hidden secret is in the engine block. See, this engine is derived from a family where its smaller cousin, the 2.7 liter, used a super strong compacted graphite iron or CGI block. For the 3.0, Ford did something even smarter. The block has a CGI upper section where the combustion happens, but is otherwise cast aluminum. This is a best of both worlds design that you usually see in diesel engines. So why would they do this? In one word, EcoBoost. The twin turbos put an incredible amount of stress on the core of the engine. Using a hybrid design with CGI at the top gives the engine immense strength right where it needs it most, allowing it to handle the high cylinder pressures of a 400 horsepower tune with a huge safety margin. It's basically a flashing sign saying this engine can take on more than just a 400 horsepower engine. And it doesn't stop there. Ford paired this strong block with a forged steel crankshaft and forged steel connecting rods, components built for serious abuse. Ford doesn't advertise this because it's technical jargon, but it's the reason tuners have been able to reliably push these engines to crazy power levels. Ford overbuilt the heart of this engine, hiding its true strength in plain sight. We're about to get into the two final secrets, including the one that truly unlocks the ST's sleeper status. The fourth hidden secret isn't a secret part, it's a philosophy from Ford. Ford's intelligent thermal system. The job of keeping a Ford turbo engine cool is essential. Hot air is an enemy of power. It's the guardian of your engine. Here's the hidden genius. The engine's computer constantly monitors its temperature. Instead of letting components get overwhelmed, it makes tiny adjustments to maintain a healthy equilibrium. It prioritizes engine longevity and reliability over a few extra horsepower on a single punishing run. But for an owner, it's crucial information to hear about. It's Ford's way of making sure your 400 horsepower Explorer ST maintains 400 horsepower for its entire life. This brings us to our final and most exciting point. Ford's quiet acknowledgement that this Ford has way more to offer than what it seems. The 400 horsepower from the factory is a conservative starting line. And the ultimate proof is that Ford themselves will help you cross that 400 horsepower number. And this comes from Ford's performance parts catalog. You can get an official engine calibration for your Explorer ST. And it's not a third-party software, it's from Ford's direct engineers. It unlocks more horsepower and torque, improves throttle response, and optimizes the transmission's shift schedule, all while being designed to work with the engine's built-in safety parameters. So all of this was intentional. Ford designed this to really be pushed beyond its limits. They prepared all the components of this vehicle to handle more horsepower and to be even higher performing than it already is. So in conclusion, this Ford Explorer ST has some of the best engineering out of any Ford Explorer we've seen, and it is built to drive fast, quick, and like a sporty sedan.